Hi, everybody. It's Tuesday, and it's time for another episode of I Saw It on Pinterest, and I think we're on episode 11. So, welcome, and I hope you enjoy this one. Um, Today, what I'm going to be doing is some altered puzzle pieces. This is the first posts that I saw, and there are tons of them, so you can get lots of ideas from Pinterest. But this particular one was in a blog from Michelle Scrap Bits at blogspot.com. So, and like I said, if you search altered puzzle pieces, there are a million. Um, so once again, I will be altering these to fit projects that I'm going to be doing, but the general idea is about the same. And basically, what you're doing is you're taking a child's puzzle, which I stole these from my grandchildren. Don't tell them. And you're going to alter those to use in journals. So the only thing that I have done so far is I roughed up the piece with a piece of sandpaper, and then I roughly just put some gesso on it just because I want to make sure that what I do sticks to it. And then I went over it again real lightly with sandpaper just to get any of the little bumps out. She put book page on hers and put gesso on top. I saw some where they actually painted the pieces, and some of them put scrapbook paper. There's a million different things that you can do. I'm going to use Tim Holtz tissue paper on mine, and we're going to try to get through as many of these as we can. And I've got all kinds of little bits and baubles over here to decorate with. So, let's get started and see what we can do. The first thing I want to do is get my tissue paper applied, and I think to do that I need something that I didn't get, so I'm gonna run across the room here just a second. To decoupage, you actually need some kind of medium to do that with, and I did not get it. But I'm going to use the Tim Holtz Distress Collage Medium to do these. There are several options. You could use Mod Podge. You could use clear matte medium. You could probably use like a glue stick. I don't know. I'm just going to use this so that I can apply it to the top and the bottom. I feel like that'll give me a better finish. And I'm full of ums today. I'm just going to grab me a piece of scrap here so I won't get this all over my glass mat, because it's already nasty. I need to clean it off. So I'm just going to take my brush and apply this very generously to the top. See, I'm glad I did that because I'm already gooping. And I don't know how many of you work with this collage medium, but it does dry very quickly. So I'm just going to put it down on the part that I want to be on the piece and kind of smooth it out a little bit. I don't want a lot of wrinkles in this particular case, and then I'm just going to brush over the top. we'll get all these done, and then if I feel like they're not going to dry, I'll pause you and dry them and then come back. I'm going to go around the edges pretty good. So with the ums. Okay. So there's that one. I'll set that to the side and we'll move to the next one. Like I said, I have 5 here, I think, and we may not get all those done, but we're going to try. Hope everybody's having a good week. I'm ready for it to be over already, if that can tell you what kind of week I'm having so far. I'm ready for the weekend. I much prefer my weekends crafting than my weekdays working, but don't we all? We've had weird weather. Friday, it was 65 degrees. Beautiful day. Saturday, we woke up, there were 6 inches of snow on the ground, and I think the warmest it got was around 20-something degrees, and the wind chill factor was like 17 or some weird stuff like that. And then yesterday, we were back to 65 degrees. Today, it was 65 degrees, so it's just really weird. Today is my son's birthday. He's my baby. I say he's my baby. And he is turned 35 today. So, I have 2 children, a girl and a boy. They're both grown, of course. And I have 4 grandchildren, for those of you that have not heard that before. Oops, you might want to put this down on there first, huh? I have 1 granddaughter and 3 grandsons. So, obviously, the one granddaughter feels very outnumbered. She very much, all of my grandkids are very much into crafting. When they come over, they always have to come up and craft. There's actually a video, if you have not seen it, where they have made their little YouTube appearance with something that they made. They love it. It's the first place they want to come when they get here. And I love that they love it so much. Okay. This one, I want to try to get more of the words than the flowers, but I don't want it to look weird either. Thinking about right there, because the flowers are kind of big for the puzzle piece. But I do like the words. Maybe something like that. And I don't mind that the bottom's not all the way covered, nor you know, if the tissue tears or whatever, because, you know me, I like my grunge, so that just makes me more happy with it. Whoops, don't peel the paper up. Probably should grab another piece of scrap, but we just got one more. I think we can make it. Put it down on this end. And I bet I'm not even on camera. If I'm not, I'm sorry. But I'm just applying tissue right now, so you haven't really missed anything. If I wasn't before. Alright, and this one, same thing. I want to get more of the music than the actual birds or anything. Okay, there's that one. All right, and I'm gonna put you on pause just a minute, get these dry, and put my brush in some water, and then we'll come back and tear them apart. Alrighty then, I'm back, and these are dry. So now what we're gonna do is get them all torn up here, and I'm just gonna tear around these. And get rid of the excess, which I will keep, of course. Throw them over in my little bucket there. Great little pieces for collage. The little bitty gluey pieces, of course, will go in the trash, but the bigger pieces I'm throwing in my scrap box. You can cut, if you would rather cut around them, you can do that too. I just find this is quicker and easier. And then I'm going to take just a regular emery board and just go around the edges. And that's going to take any of the rough edges of paper off that we have. I got my glue book underneath it, so if I have to lean on something, I won't scratch up my glass mat. Now, I've also, when I was looking, saw where several people had made paper clips out of these by, or page clips, whatever you want to call them, by putting a paper clip on the back of it. I'm not going to do that because at this point I don't know exactly how I want to use them, and so I'm just going to leave them all, just the puzzle pieces for now, because I may want to use them on a cover, or embellish on the inside of a journal with them, and so I don't want to tie myself down to just using them, being able to use them as paper clips. So I'm not going to put anything on the back of them. But if you did, they would make really cute paper clips, and you would just put the clip on a piece of cardstock, and then glue it on the back, and you'd have a really cute paper clip. Alright, this is not the best emery board here. It's just a cheapie that I got at the Dollar Tree. Doesn't have much grit on it. It's still working. I do have a piece of sandpaper here, but sometimes that sandpaper is hard to get in the little spots. And I thought this would be easier, but seems like it's taking longer. Let's try this, see if I can get it. Nope, I'm not going to be able to get that folded up enough. Sorry guys, I know this is boring. Feel free to fast forward through this part. You get the drift. We just want to clean up the edges so we don't have our little jagged paper pieces, and it does take it right off. Even, whoops, sent that offline. Even with a bad emery board. This one is not all the way dry, and so it's kind of making it's balling it up instead of taking it off, but we can clean that up later a little more. Keep trying to find a good spot on this board. There we go. That one did pretty good. You see how that cleaned that up pretty quick. That one came right off. Okay, last one. Sorry if that's bothering your ears, that sound. Sometimes noise is necessary in these little videos. Okay, I think that's good enough for us to continue what we're doing. Yes. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ink. And I'm going to use this little tool that I use for my pastels. And I'm going to use black soot. And I am going to just rub it on the pad and just go around the edges. Quickly. That just gives you a nice crisp edge. You could also do this with a Sharpie, I'm sure. Or you can paint them. If you're going to paint them, then you won't have to worry about inking. And I'm not even worried that they're covered all the way. Just want it to have, you know, a kind of finished look to it. Mainly to cover up where I had gesso overflow. And I don't even know if the gesso is totally necessary if you sand it first. But these pieces were pretty bold. The actual puzzle was pretty bold colors. And I didn't really want that to come through, you know, from the underneath the tissue paper was my main thing. If you're going to cover with with book page or with scrapbook paper or something like that, you probably wouldn't even have to do the gesso step if you sanded well. Okay, now I'm going to take walnut stain, and this time I'm going to focus more on the top, just to give it a nice aged look. And I'm not going to worry about the backs, because depending on you know, how I end up using them, I'll make that decision at that time, whether I need to finish the back or not. Okay, so now they're all nice and grunged and aged up. Now we get to play. So I have a few things. Like I said, I pulled out all kinds of little bits and pieces. I've got some charms. I've got all kinds of stuff that we can use to embellish. And I have some Tim Holtz paper dolls. There we go. See that big chunk that just came out there? I have some Tim Holtz paper dolls that I thought would be cute. I've got some really small ones that are actually going to fit on the pieces. And then I've got a couple of bigger ones that are setters and leaners. And I don't know about you guys, but sometimes these setters and leaners are hard to find something to work with. But I thought that they would be really cute setting on top, you know, of these puzzle pieces. So we're going to do one of those like that, and then we're going to do a leaner. So I'm thinking I want her maybe on this one. And I don't mind, you know, that she's going to have a gap behind her, because then again, depending on, you know, how I end up using her, I could put, you know, 3-dimensional tape or something behind her. So, I think I'm going to put her on there, and let's see what we can put with her. Maybe we got our little bird head over here, but you can't really tell that there's a bird head. But I do like those colors together, so I might. That's not enough contrast for me. Let's put this green, maybe this little green mushroom here. Yeah, that's kind of cute. Okay, so let's do that. ink this all up real quick. I could have inked these ahead of time, but I really had no clue what I was going to put together, so. It's kind of hard to do. Okay, and our glitter glue. This is probably not going to work because I haven't, let me do these first. Because I haven't used it. I didn't do anything yesterday because I was so tired when I got home from work. Yeah, I knew it. I knew that would be slopped up. Alright, let's try again. Oh, did you see what I did? I put glue all over that, knowing. Let me get my rack. That I'm not gluing that to anything. Wipe that off before I make a big, huge mess with that. Okay, so there's that one. All right, let's do our leaner here. Do I want him on this one? Yeah, I think so. So let's make this one. Or do I want him on the map? Might want him. Let's do him on the map. I think. Yeah. And then use some of these kind of travel kind of little tags. Mail kind of things, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Got a stamp here, but it's purple. I thought I had one of those little bitty Tim Holtz stamps. It's a bright little piece, isn't it? does this one say? Headache pills. We could use that too. Okay. Well, there's the stamp. Oh, I like what I have better. Let's do that. You can see that these are so small that by the time that you get something kind of on there to decorate, you can't really see the background too much, so it really doesn't matter all that much what you have on your background. It just gives you a good base. I'm going to move that over so you can be sure and tell that that is a puzzle piece. And I'm not going to... Oh, can't do that yet. I need to put this one down. Out of order. I'm actually going to put it more towards the top. Put his little arm on that. Oops. Upside down. And grab my 3-in-1 glue for this little factory little button thing. Like that. Let that one dry a minute. Okay, now I have these little ladies. I think I'm going to do that for them. Woo, I about tore her head off. That wasn't very nice, was it? Should have put that on before I... There we go. I got it. I got it. That one's still got the... There's a little... I didn't get all the way poked out. There we go. Okay. And again, you know, when I decide where I'm going to use these, I may end up doing, you know, like a charm hanging from the bottom would be cute. Or some other kind of buttons hanging from the bottom, beads. But I don't want to make those decisions before I know what I'm going to do with them. Alright, so now we have this little guy who's a leaner. So I think he looks pretty good right there, leaning on that little hole. Nope. Maybe this one. Price tag. No, I like that R showing. I feel like that needs to be a darker color. Let's try this one. Oh, I need to make him look like he's got his foot on something too, don't I? He's a leaner and a stepper. I can make it like it's on that line though. Like that. But then he's not leaning. Gotta move him over a little bit. Kind of like that. Ooh, my hands are, look at that. That's where I put that ink around those edges. Made them grubby. I have found that the best thing to use to get that off your hands is hand sanitizer. If you put hand sanitizer on your hands and then wash them with like a Dawn dishwashing soap, it'll come right off. It's the best thing, best solution I've found so far. But the alcohol will break down the ink. Does a really good job of breaking it down. We're having tacos tonight, so we're having a for real Taco Tuesday. I love Mexican food. It's probably my favorite. All right, so there's that one. One more, and we have this little man here. And I think he's going to have to go that way because of his hat. So, what do we want to do with him? Okay, I like that. Let's give him a little bit of color. Okay. I almost want to put something on the front because I think he was actually part of another paper doll, and I think I cut off his partner. So I almost want to do something that will that he's kind of standing behind, so he doesn't look like he's... I don't mind that. Wish I had something a little smaller, but I don't think I do. We can do that, I think. Okay. All right, last one, guys. I have no idea how long I am taking. I thought maybe I had another choice, but maybe not. We might do that instead of the heart. Heart may be a little much. I do have the smaller one, I think. I could add that. But in the meantime, we're gonna just kind of put this sign on there, I think. Okay, there we go. And like I said, you can always go back and add more once, you know, once you decide where you're going to use them. That's actually pretty cute right there. But it's you know, it's really what you want to do with them. So if you already know before you start that, hey, I want these all to be paper clips, or hey, I want this or that, then, you know, you can finish them up completely. But since I didn't know, like, for example, you know, you could hang this little feather off here like this, and that would be really cute. And actually, let's go ahead and do that, because I do like that regardless. So I'm going to take my crocodile, and hopefully this is going to poke a nice hole. And it did. I just need to poke it out. There we go. And then let's take a bulb pen. Bulb pen, where are you? Right here. And take this little metal thing off here. Uh-oh. There we go. So there you go. See, it's got a cute little dangle. You could do that with several different things. Make them really cute. And I'm going to put this flower on there too, just because it's sitting here. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And you can see, even though the puzzle piece is fairly thick, by putting everything down pretty flat, you know, there's still plenty of room to not cause a lot of bulk. I mean, it's still pretty thin to not cause a lot of bulk in your journal. And again, if you decided you wanted to use this on a page, or you wanted to use this on the front cover, you would just put some, you know, a strip of cardboard or some 3D tape or something to build that up, you know, so that it's the same thickness as the petal, the puzzle, the petal. But I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope you'll try them. Like I said, tons of videos on YouTube, and there are also tons of picture references on Pinterest. So check it out, and we will be back on Thursday for Marguerite Miller. And until then, everybody stay safe and stay healthy, and we'll see you then. Bye.